Okay, y'all. So, my storage was full, but I need to finish telling y'all. So I was running with a bunch of Caucasian men, and they had ran to like, you know, when you like have like a little area in a park where it's like a cut. So it was like a park, but there was like a cut in the park. And at first it was like a normal park with a normal trail around the park, and I was running with them and I was running behind them and I was filming them. And I was speaking as they were running, and it was nighttime, like right before the morning dawns. And I was running behind them and I was filming them, and they had on little blue, like jogging pants, like basketball short, t-shirt, white tee, running. And they were running like they were exercising. Then they ran through these woods, like through a cut. And I followed them, and I ran after them, and I ran through the woods, through the cut. And I saw that there was a trail, like there was a track that they were running around, and the track was around the cemetery. There was this cemetery, and it was like a track field, like a school, where if you go to a school and you see the track, and the track is around a large area of grass, but in the middle where the grass would be at a school, it was a cemetery. And they were running on the track normally, like they were exercising, and there was a graveyard in the middle of this track. And the really scary thing about this graveyard and this track was the graveyard was in the middle of the track. The track was surrounding the graveyard. But then around the track, there were houses. There were houses. And that people were buying houses around this track and this cemetery. They were buying houses. And so when I ran down there behind them, I stopped and I seen the houses, and it was like people were in there like damn near hiding in their fucking house. Like it was a very deadly, gory feeling. Like how you normally see people sitting on the porch, or, coming outside and walking the dog, or, walking the baby with the stroller. They were in the fucking house like they were in a fucking coffin. You didn't see people waking up in the morning to go check the mail. It was like they had some sort of spell on them, like they weren't even in the fucking house, like they were dead already. And then they had, there was a black man walked up to me. It was a young black man. And I stopped. I would not run around the track with them around the cemetery. Now, the normal park, yeah, I'll go running and all of that. But when I got to the cemetery, and I saw these white men running around this cemetery, exercising around this cemetery like it was all good, I walked over something on the ground that was like vents. You know how you see the little vents on the ground? And the vents was at the opening to where they ran through the cut. So when I came running through the cut, I was walking over these vents, and they was in the ground, and the vents had this very sweet aroma coming up out of the vents, and the Holy Spirit said they got these vents and these aroma coming up through these vents because you can smell these dead bodies around here. They covering up the scent of these dead bodies. And I was blown away, and I started to step back, like, okay, I don't want to come over here, like I don't want to be around here, because once I seen that they had placed something in the ground to cause the smell of the dead bodies to be covered, that's when I was like, oh, hell no, let me get the fuck from over here. And a black man came running from the same direction where the white people had went running around in the circle around the cemetery. And the black man came running up to me like, oh, hell no. And I was like, what's good? And he was like, I was like, I don't want to be around here. And he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I don't want to be around here neither. And then we, like, the part about the dead bodies, he was looking at me and I was looking at him. And it was like, all right, well, we finna get out of here together. And then I was like, oh, they got people getting apartments around here too? I was like, oh, and it was like something very deadly. It was like something extremely deadly about renting any sort of property around there. It was something very deadly. I mean, this is for real shit. This ain't no, oh, I'm just making this shit up. People's lives are in danger around these cemeteries, man. And they're giving people properties around fucking cemeteries, and motherfuckers is not putting two and two to fucking together. Why the fuck is you getting an apartment? Why the fuck is you getting a house next to a motherfucking cemetery? And you can't get out the fucking bed. And I said, they renting. I looked at the young black man. I said, they rent apartments to people around here too? And he was like, yeah, like he was shaking his head like, I don't know what the fuck on, like he understood like the spiritual aspect of renting people apartments next to a huge fucking cemetery. It was like witchcraft shit. And me and him both were like, hell no, let's go. And it was in the middle of some woods. So it was not on the normal land mass. There's plenty of land. There's plenty of fucking land. Get that through your fucking head if you're listening to me right now. There is plenty of fucking land. They putting people in the middle of the fucking woods around cemeteries, bro. And telling them to live there. And they not living up to their fullest potential in those areas. They living like fucking zombies. And zombies is the Walking Dead. And it was very scary when he looked at me and he was like, yeah. And he was shaking his head. I was like, they renting apartments to people over here too? Because it was normal. Like, it wasn't normal, but it seemed kind of normal for them to have a house, because a house is different. If you can afford to have a house, 9 times out of 10 people are so happy to just have a house that they don't really think about where they're getting their house, just as long as they can afford to have a property that they're going to own for a long period of time. And it was something very scary about the houses that they had rented around these, well, that they had bought, rented, leased, whatever, around these properties. It was something very sinister about the souls of the people in those areas. Something very scary, something that is very fearful upon them. Not as if they are the culprits, but as if a lot of them are the victims. And then when I was like, oh, they rented apartments to people around these cemeteries too? I was like, they rented apartments to people too? Like, that's how I said it. Like they putting people in apartments, meaning they're going to be putting large amounts of people in apartments around these areas where they could possibly be harmed. But it was as if it was something very secret about it. Like, it wouldn't be an open attack. Like, it would be something in the darkness, like seeds being sown in these people's lives while they're asleep, but that it would affect them in the morning, that it would affect them during the day. Like, I'm up, but a lot of people, they don't get up in the morning. They don't walk around, they don't move around like normal people. They don't seem to even have the energy, and they look very sickly. And so a lot of them look like they're on their last leg. And it's a lot of young folk too. And if they had a different environment, I'm pretty sure that their body probably wouldn't be feeling the way that it is. Now, afterward, like the Holy Spirit had me with my camera on, showing these white people exercising and staying healthy and strong, but going down into the wood and running around this area with these people living around this cemetery and stuff like in the middle of the night. And it was just something about them apartments. And they got people, they renting apartments to people around here too. And they was like, yeah, and that's like, I don't know if you ever seen like some Halloween Town or some shit like that. Like, City of the Walking Fucking Dead, where they like renting fucking property to people in the fucking area that ain't never gonna come to shit. And you ain't really supposed to thrive in it. It's all like a fucking setup. And all the nice fucking areas and all of that kind of fucking shit, they ain't putting them in that area. You gonna put them by some stinky ass fucking cemetery. And now that I just smelt a whiff of something. And I have been in areas around shit like this where I could smell them fucking bodies, man. And I don't mean to disrespect the dead, but that's some serious shit. Yeah, I just smelt it again. I just smelt it again. I just smelled it again. So now I see what God is trying to show me, that he's telling me something about the areas. Ain't too much I can do about it right now though. But at least I can expose it. That shit stink. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm finna go to the grocery store. I gotta go handle some business this morning. I gotta run some errands. I'm gonna post this video, but the young black man in the vision, he understood, and that's what really stood out to me, was that he understood. He understood, and he was like, "Yeah, they renting properties to people in this area," and me and him got the hell on. Like, we got the hell on. We were like, I don't want to be around here, and we walked off together. But he had a little short dread. I smelled them bodies. We walked off together. We walked off together from out of the woods and out of that area. And we were like, oh, we don't want to be over here. And it was something very deadly and sinister about the entire area and about the people's souls in the area. But that's all I got to say. You know, I don't want to make it more than what it was. Oh, and another thing was that I had a child. In the beginning of the visions, I had a child. It was something about a little girl, something about a little boy. And it's very sad when you living in this country and you have to say, I had a child. I had a child, like almost like, oh, you had an iPhone a long time ago. I used to have one of those. But this is a child. This ain't no goddamn material item that you go purchase off a goddamn shelf. That baby came from my body, and that's my baby, and I said I had a child, and that's fucked up that I gotta use a past tense because some white people wanna take my baby. And then you got these black women trying to talk about some goddamn calm down. The Most High said I'm calm, and when I ain't calm, you gonna know. Only reason why I'm calm now is because I'm in a position where they know they can take advantage of me because I'm vulnerable. And they know they can take advantage of my child. But you better believe that when I got some motherfucking power, if y'all don't give me my baby, then I'll show you that I was calm the entire time. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You know, we think so little of black children that you're going to take somebody's child and then want to talk about she crazy. I don't know no mama who you going to take her baby that she was protecting, poison her child in her womb, and then turn around and talk about she crazy. To hell with you. And I dare any goddamn black woman, I dare any white woman, and I dare any Mexican woman, I dare any woman in this goddamn country to step to my face and tell me that I'm crazy. Because I want my child and I want my baby in my womb to be all right. And I will condemn you. I will condemn you until your dying day for saying that I'm crazy for going crazy about my kids. That just show how evil these women are in America. How evil and satanic they fucking are. To where you gonna sit there and watch somebody strip somebody from their child because they was abusing me. And then you gonna call me crazy for saying I'm not finna chill and I'm not finna stop making videos and I'm not finna stop coming for the people that have my child, bro. I'm gonna keep putting out the truth all over social media. And as a matter of fact, I'm taking it to a global level. And now I'm finna take this shit and make it global about what the fuck y'all doing out here to me and my kids. Like I said, I had a child. And that's all I can say about my child. And I took very good care of my baby. You can look at all my videos, the evidence part 1 through part 9. I took very good care of my child. I took better care of my child than these white women, Hispanic women, black women, and you got me out here on the streets talking about giving me back my baby, talking about I ain't got enough fucking money to get my child. Give me my baby, boy. Give me my boy. I ain't know you gonna fucking bully me. You ain't gonna bully me. Talking about I ain't have a right to protect my son. Yes, the fuck I did. Because if I didn't, y'all wouldn't have tried to kill me in the back of the fucking Montgomery County Jail and hide the evidence that his daddy was attacking me and him. So if I didn't have a right to protect my child, you wouldn't have tried to murder me and lie about it. They tried to murder me and then tried to say, oh, Andrea baby got taken by CPS and she killed herself in the fucking jail cell. But they was gonna lie and never tell the fact that I shot his daddy in the leg. They wasn't gonna tell the fact that he was attacking me and the baby. And they